Okay, so for today's lesson, we're going to actually use the similar shapes. So we learned about similar shapes in the last video and how to identify whether shapes are similar or not using corresponding sides and corresponding angles. So we have triangle ABC is similar to triangle JKL. Find the unknown measures. In order to find the unknown measures, I have to know that my corresponding angles are equal and that my corresponding sides are proportional. So, one thing I have to notice though is that these figures are a reflection of each other. So A does not correspond with L here. Do you see that? A actually corresponds with J. C corresponds with L, and B corresponds with K. So just make sure when you're looking at figures that they're in the right positioning or the right orientation. Okay? So let's go ahead and solve this using corresponding sides. I know that AB corresponds to JK. Okay, so this is something I know. I know the numbers for both AB and the numbers for JK. I know the number for BC, but I don't know the number for KL. So these sides correspond to these sides. Okay, so this side's ratio has to be equal to this side's ratio. Now, let's go ahead and substitute our numbers in. We have 8 centimeters over 28 centimeters is equal to 12 centimeters over KL, which we do not know. So this is going to be X. So I could solve this a couple of ways. I could try to do equivalent ratios, but 8 cannot go directly into 12. I could cross multiply if I want to as well, but let's just go ahead and simplify and see what we get. So I'm going to divide this by 4. So how many times does 4 go into 8? 2 times. How many times does 4 go into 28? 7 times. So 2 times what number is going to be equal to 12? 2 times 6. So 7 times 6 is going to go ahead and get me my answer. X is going to be equal to 42 centimeters. So this X right here is equal to 42 centimeters. Now, could I have solved it another way? Could I have used another corresponding side? Alright, so here's our question. What other proportion could be used to find the value of X in the example? What other proportion could be used? So I could go ahead and I could use AC. AC corresponds with JL. And then let me put my unknown side again. BC corresponds with KL. So AC is going to give me 16 over 56. And then BC is the same thing. So it's going to be 12 over X. Okay? I know for sure that 4 could go into 16. So 4 goes into 16 4 times. Could 4 go into 56? It certainly can. 4 could go into 56 14 times. So right here, I'm going to need to multiply by 3. And then, of course, 14 multiplied by 3 is also going to give me X equals 42. So, as you can see, I could use whatever side I want to, AB over JK or AC over JL. But I need to make sure that I have my ratio of my unknown with KL. Okay, let's go ahead and try another example. We're going to go ahead and solve with corresponding sides again. A volleyball court is a rectangle that is similar in shape to an Olympic-sized pool. Find the width of the pool. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our corresponding sides. I know for sure the width of the pool, I'm just going to, instead of doing a question mark, I'm going to label it W. Okay? So now, I know that 18 corresponds with 50. 18 corresponds with 50. So their ratio has to be equal to 9 and its corresponding side. I know for sure to get from 18 to 9, I'm going to have to divide by 2. So 50 divided by 2 is going to give me my value of W. So in this case, 50 divided by 2, W is equal to 25 meters. 25 meters. So, as you can see, I have a corresponding side here equaling to another corresponding side. Now, when you write a proportion to calculate a measurement, you can write ratios comparing measurements of the same object. For example, use the ratio formed by the height of an object and the length of its shadow. We're going to find the height of the totem pole here. So we're going to use corresponding angles of similar triangles in order to go ahead and solve this. So we're going to have the height of the person, and the height of the person is going to correspond to their shadow. On the other side, we have the height of the totem. And that corresponds to the shadow of the totem. So, let's go ahead and solve this. The height of the person is 5 feet. The shadow length is 4 feet. The height of the totem pole is h. That's what we don't know. But we do know the height of its shadow is 16 feet. So, this is just a proportional one. So 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So 5 times 4 is going to get me my value of h. So h is equal to 20 feet.